All right, Guy, we have a question from Emily, and I'm going to roll in a question that just came in from Bina, and I think they're similar, so I'm going to put them
Okay.
together. So here's Emily's question. What about trauma, childhood trauma leading to such useless suffering? How do we relate and understand suffering with this trauma, PTSD? And then the question from Bina is, please explain karma of our fathers, ancestors.
Forgive me. May God open your eyes that you can see that the trauma of your childhood need not be experienced and re-experienced and regretted and resisted and resented. And that every last moment of that pain, which is useless suffering, is the illegitimate child of a level of consciousness that can't wait to bring you back to what once happened, to what you were and what they did, so that in that resistance to what seems to be the present moment, you can hope to escape the past and the pain of it that wouldn't exist if you weren't tempted into returning to it. And all of this goes on unconsciously. There's no judgment here. You've done enough of a job of judging yourself, as we all have. But to see with great clarity that even that pain can be used to bring a person into a new understanding with everything that transpired, so much so that they're no longer interested in revisiting the past because their life is being fulfilled and completed in the present moment. And that includes seeing the tendency and the temptation to revisit the past. I tell you that's true. Now you must find out whether it is or not. And the karma of our fathers, of our ancestors, why do you think that any parent ever abused any child? Is it because they're happy? Or is it because, just like you and I, they were brought into a world and told that if they were ambitious enough, if they could become something, if they could get people to approve of them, if they could just get this or that or get rid of the other, then their pain would go away? And of course it doesn't, because resistance creates karma. It never releases it. And so caught up in the frustration of that, which is handed down from generation to generation, from one social illusion and imagined freedom to another, until the whole of that consciousness stinks with that whole idea of freedom in a time to come. And in that freedom of a time to come is the resentment of anything that challenges the image one has. And that's why they punish, and that's why we hate, and that's why there's fear. Because that consciousness, racial, social, cultural, economic, across the board, all of it belongs to this consciousness that you and I are presently a captive of, but that we are not meant to be a captive of if we can just get clear on the one relationship that would show that to us.